Hello there, Emory students, English grade 11 students. It is April 23rd, and this is your online class of the day. So, we talked yesterday about body paragraphs, and we talked the day before about intro paragraphs, right? So I hope you guys are doing okay with that sort of thing, right? Hopeful that your essays are coming along nicely. No one sent me any questions about theses, so I'm assuming you guys are okay. So that is my hope, at least. But for today, we're going to be looking at the end, which is the concluding paragraph, which most of you did pretty well in your final essay. Or in your last essay, I should say. But it's always worth reminding everyone. So we're going to start with the first thing you need for your concluding paragraph, which is a restated thesis, right? So I'm going to use the same basic essay that I've been working with this whole time, right? You'll remember that this essay's thesis was, while Banquo may appear to be a virtuous and good man, he is still nevertheless just as self-obsessed as Macbeth is. For his top priority is not justice, but rather simply how he himself can benefit from the situation. So, the first thing to do when you're finishing this essay is you're going to restate that thesis. You're going to remind the reader of your thesis, right? You're going to use different words, but show the same idea. Okay, so here I've got to conclude, Banquo is not the virtuous man that he might appear to be, period. That's it, right? So, by the way, this should be one sentence, not anything more than that. Alright, so that's step one. Restate your thesis. After that, you've got your summary, right? Which is when you remind the reader of your main points. Now, as I said in class, back when we had a class, what you're going to do is you're going to look at your topic sentences, right? So, if you did a good job with the essay, this is nice and easy, right? You see here, in my first body paragraph, Banquo only seems like he was virtuous because he did not act as quickly as Macbeth did. Right over here I said, he does not act as quickly as Macbeth, but he still has the same intentions. Right? So what I'm doing there is I'm reminding the reader of the great points I've been making in each of my paragraphs, right? I'm making them sort of recall to mind, there was this point, there was this point, there was this point, right? That's sort of what your goal is in your concluding paragraph. And if you've got 3 body paragraphs, like I've got here, right? Banquo only seems to be virtuous. Banquo's ambition is presented in its most raw form after the death of Duncan. And I only wrote 2 of my paragraphs, but if I had a full essay, I would have Shakespeare's portrayal of Banquo was intended as a critique of the monarchy, right? So that would be its own paragraph there. So each of those paragraphs gets its own sentence, right? When given the chance to do the right thing, Banquo chooses instead to try and advance his family's position and exploits Macbeth's murder for his own gain, right? So that's my first point there. Indeed, his entire... Hang on, there are cats fighting over there. Hold on. Okay, where was I? As I was saying, yes, each of your summary sentences needs to sort of just touch on one of your previous topic sentences, right? So keep it simple, and you should remember that there should be no new ideas inside of a concluding paragraph, right? A concluding paragraph is just meant to be reminding the reader of all of the great stuff that you've already written. So no new ideas, certainly. Also no quotes, right? You're not going to need to quote anything in a concluding paragraph. No quotes at all, right? So all you need to do is remind the reader of points you've already made. Now, the last thing you're going to write is a send-off, right? A send-off is a concluding sentence for the whole essay. It's a way of sort of letting the reader know that your essay is done, there's no more to be read, right? So what I put here is, a man that puts his own selfish interests before the interests of his nation cannot be considered moral, and so Banquo ultimately is little better than Macbeth. So that sentence is meant to just be a conclusion. If you want to, you can just simply put, to conclude, Macbeth is evil, or to conclude, whatever it is, right? The ex-colored man was too guilty for what he did, or something like that. So just give me a concluding sentence for the entire essay, right? That's what you're doing in your final sentence here. So, to summarize what you... Oh, hey, are you gonna behave? Are you gonna behave? Okay, behave. Meow. So, to summarize what you're doing for this essay, you've got 9 things, right? The 9 ingredients, if you remember those. You've got a hook, you've got background, you've got a thesis, you've got a topic sentence, you've got supporting sentences, you've got a conclusion, and you've got a restated thesis, a summary, and a send-off. Alright? So those 9 things are what you need in order to write this essay, and as long as you have those 9 things, then you will have a good essay. Alright? So, that's what I want to say about essay structure. And if you have any questions about how to write your essay, or if you want to run anything by me, talk about your thesis or anything, you know what to do. You just send me an email. By this point, by the way, all of your reflections should have been sent back. If you haven't gotten a mark yet, then send me another email, because I think I've marked everyone, right? Everyone who's handed it in, that is. So if you haven't gotten your mark back, just send it again. And yeah, that is what is going on with this course. Now, before we go, one important thing. So, just as an announcement for next quadmester, right, you're gonna need to have access to your TDSB email in order to confirm, I don't know if it's confirmed, but to get information about registration for Quad 4, right? They've been emailing out the courses that people have, right, through their TDSB email, right? I myself don't really like the TDSB email, but that's what they're doing. I know the password stuff for that is kind of a pain. So if you don't have access to your TDSB email, please make sure you have that. I'm going to send with this video a link to 2 of these videos made by our very own Vice Principal Brandon Zoras, right? So the Vice Principal made these videos about how to log in to the TDSB email, right? So if you haven't done that already, then make sure you do in the near future, right? Because we want to go for Quad 4. By the way, the rumor right now that I hear, I don't know for sure, is that I'm teaching Quad 4 English, grade 12 university. So it's possible that you guys are going to see me again in May, right? Not really see me, but see me through videos. So if you like this way of teaching, then there's going to be more of it. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what I'm going to do for Quad 4 right away. I mean, I can't give you books. I don't know. We'll have to think about that, but we'll see. So that's the rumor, by the way. It might go to someone else, right? So maybe I'll end up with 3U again. But that's the word on the street is that I have for you. So see you guys next time. Oh, and don't forget this Friday at 10. Oh wait, actually I wanted to talk about that. Hold on. So, a couple of you emailed me saying that 10:30 was a bit no good for the seminar, right? Which we're hoping to hold, I guess, tomorrow. So, I'm going to attach to the email this straw poll, right? You might have to do a reCAPTCHA, which will ask you to look at pictures, but don't worry about that. But I just want you to pick right here on the poll and say, what do you want? 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, right? I'm pretty free, so whatever time the majority of you can get to is when we will do this, right? And we will, make sure that we hopefully can get as many people as possible. I unfortunately can't do more than one of these, right, in one day, right? That'd be kind of weird. So tell me the time that's best for you, and we'll set that at the time as the time, right? So if you can't make 10:30, just vote, and let's see what we can do, right? Hopefully we can get as many of you in there as possible, right? But if we can't, then we'll figure out another way. All right. So please vote on the poll, and I guess maybe this time I'll see you tomorrow through camera with you guys able to talk to, right? Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so take care everyone, and have a good day.